Hey, how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's fine. Um, I wanted to start recording this small video series on what some of the challenges and struggles have been like to deal with the prostate cancer issue that I've been going through, the journey that I've been traveling on. Um, so many people have been encouraging, and so many people have been praying, and so many people have made it known that they're in my corner and supportive during this time. And I very much appreciate that. But also, um, several people have asked that, I make Facebook updates to give a status and so forth. Some of you have asked that I record videos like this. So I say, as opposed to putting some more Facebook status videos, which I have done, I'll just record a little series that maybe, people will share with other people. People will use it as encouragement for whatever they're going through, and know and understand that it's a journey. Whatever the challenge is in life, it's a journey. But for this particular journey, you can't overcome it. Um, One of the biggest issues that I see as I've been talking to people over the last several months is that me and the guys that I know that I've been talking to and trying to encourage to go get their annual checkups, to go have their physicals, they just hard hit it. And it's going to take all of us to knock those walls down. Me and we want to act like we're strong. We want to be, big and boisterous and act like we have it all together. But as soon as we mention going to get our annual physical, as soon as I mention having your blood work done, your checkup done, then the men start acting like little scared kids, and we losing too many people as a result of that. So I figure sharing my journey, maybe it might help encourage somebody. Ladies out there, the men of your life, your sons, your fathers, your husbands, your spouses, your boyfriends, your friends, whoever, encourage them. Get their annual physicals. That's your blood work, the physical checks that are necessary, and do it every year because it really could save their life. Um, I can't emphasize that enough. It's some things in life that are uncomfortable, but they are very, very, very much necessary. For instance, with talking about women, I haven't had one, but I understand mammograms are very, very uncomfortable, but they're necessary. Pap smears, very uncomfortable, but they're necessary. Men, prostate exams, uncomfortable, but it's necessary to save your life. I recently had someone close to me, or relatively close to me, pass away from cancer that didn't need to, and it was because part of the reason is he didn't want to go to the doctor and get checked, and that was an early death that could have been avoided. It didn't have to happen. 35,000 or so men die every year from prostate cancer. And the majority of those people could have been saved and not have that been an issue. Yes, absolutely. We will die from something someday. But as somebody dear to me told me, it's not going to be this thing. As my doctor told me, oh, we you got here early enough, we're going to solve this. You're going to die, but it's not going to be from this. So I just want to encourage people to get their checkups. It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And so to give you a little bit of background about my journey, um, maybe a couple years ago, I started having some urinary issues, and that's one of the signs that there's something wrong with the prostate. And all it was I didn't feel like I was voiding my bladder all the way, and sometimes when I would had an urge to urinate, it was so urgent, I wasn't emptying all the way. And so I talked to my primary care physician. He did a prostate check and said, well, so far, nothing seems wrong. Your PSA numbers are in range. It's a little higher than I would like it to be. It was like maybe 1 point something, I think it was. And so he sent me to the urologist. I met with the urologist. The urologist said, hey, right now we're in a watching state to see what happens. We're gonna, just keep doing what you're doing. And he gave me what's called flow maps. And when I took that, urination was not a problem anymore. It was just fine, no issues. And so fast forward a little bit, when I had my checkup, I think the year before this one, my PSA number had gone up to 1.8 or give or take. And so the urologist was still, like, okay, he did the manual check, if you will, which is very uncomfortable. But he said, right now, your prostate is maybe, I call it like very slightly enlarged, but your PSA number is not in the range yet where I would consider it to be detrimental. If the Flomax is still working, we're still going to watch and wait. And so this coming year or this current year in 2021, when I went for my annual checkup in January, I believe, my PSA number had approached 4, and that's like flags warning, it's an issue. You need to figure out what's going on. And as my urologist pointed out, he said, okay, now the check engine light is on. We have to figure out what is wrong with this vehicle, because if we don't, it can lead to major problems. So he did another check 30 days later, and my PSA was even a little higher than that. And so at that point, this had to be about February, March timeframe. He scheduled me for an MRI. I went in for the MRI, and the results of the MRI showed that yes, there was some cancer there, and we needed to determine how to best act. And so there was some treatment plans. I could have had radiation or surgery was the two most viable paths forward. So with the radiation, he said, yes, we can treat it with radiation. It's a lengthy process. It's going to be several treatments. But once we get it under control with the radiation, my experience shows you will be back here in about 10 more years. So since you're young enough, since you're strong enough, I want you to go ahead and consider having a surgery so that we can just eliminate this issue altogether. And so at that moment, I said, surgery is the best thing. Let's get that done. Let's do it. I want to move forward with this. And so that had to be in the April timeframe when we made that decision about surgery. So fast forward again, actually go backwards a little bit. So April was actually I had to have a prostate biopsy to validate how much cancer was or that it really was cancer that the MRI saw, and validate how much it was in there. So the MRI biopsy was, I can't say that it was uncomfortable, because for my particular biopsy, it's a couple kinds. One, they do a local anesthetic and they go in and get their samples. Mine was a more intrusive biopsy where they had to give me full anesthetic. I was out, get to the hospital early, go through all the check-ins. They put you under, you go in the operating room, they put you under, they do the biopsy. He took about, I think 15 to 20 samples, I can't remember. So, when I woke up in the recovery room, all I know is they said, it was over. That next week after, there's a lot of pain, if you will, in that region. There's blood in the urine. There's blood and semen for about a week or two, and it's uncomfortable. But Tylenol was nice enough. That was easy enough to handle that. So the results of that did show exactly where the cancer was. That it was still encapsulated in the prostate, and after that, that's when we decided to have the surgery. So fast forward again, the surgery was this July. But I want to put a pin in it right there, because it may be some people that don't understand what the prostate is. So in the male, we have the bladder, and just under the bladder is the prostate. And it's like maybe a walnut-sized gland. And the walnut-sized gland is necessary for a man's proper sexual function. It helps with the creation of semen, just to put it as plain as possible. But also, the prostate surrounds the urethra. So from the bladder, the outlet is the urethra, and it comes out and allows you to urinate. Well, if the prostate is enlarging or has any issue, it can tighten around the urethra and make it difficult to urinate. And so, if you having any symptoms with urination, then please get checked out, because it could be something, but it might not be anything, but you won't know. Don't just suffer in silence, because too many people are dying because of it. So once we decided that it was cancer. One of the things that I did was I got in touch with the naturopathic doctor, Dr. Price, who's been absolutely marvelous. I mean, I recommend her to anyone that's going through any medical issue. She did a genome typing, blood typing, mineral typing from my hair. We did all kind of things where she was able to put output for me, everything like food wise. I have this app that was programmed specifically for me that tells me what I can eat that will fight cancer and what I can eat that will promote cancer. Red light, green light, yellow light. So I can eat all the green light foods that I want. Yellow light, I probably shouldn't have it. Red, just stay away from it. Well, that's severely limiting my diet. And she, I had supplements and things, natural pathways. So I ended up having a team of my naturopathic doctor, my oncologist, and my primary care doctor. And through that process, my PSA number started to actually come down. But and that was a test we did just a week before surgery. Now, with that in mind, for me, I wasn't comfortable enough that it was coming down fast enough. What I worried about is the cancer leaving the prostate, going into other parts of the body. Because often what I heard, what I've learned in my limited studies, because I'm not a physician, is that a lot of times people may not die from the cancer, original cancer itself, but they die because it spreads throughout their body. It metastasizes. So I was worried about that and opted, let's go ahead with the surgery. So fast forward to July 8th, that's when I had the surgery. And that's been its own challenge in itself. It was a 4-hour surgery. I stayed in the hospital one night, had to have a catheter for, I think 11 days. And that was the most painful 11 days of my life. They say some guys don't experience pain with the catheter, but it was excruciating for me. So much so that they gave me oxycodone they said, take this for the pain. The oxycodone was a joke. It didn't help me one bit for that pain. What it did was make it a little bit easier for me to go to sleep at night, but it didn't help with the pain. The only thing that helped with that pain from that catheter was me just crying out and calling on the name of Jesus. And I promise you, as long as I was crying out, calling on the name of Jesus, I didn't feel that pain. But when I would stop, that pain would just come back. So, constantly, when you're in trouble, call on the name of Jesus. I promise you, if you got that connection, he's gonna relieve the pain for you. So after the catheter came out, one of the things that they don't tell you is that you will have issues controlling your bladder. You will have urinary incontinence. So I've been suffering with that for about 3 weeks now since the catheter came out. And what that means is you have no control over your bladder. You have to wear, and it's just the thing that they won't tell you. So I want to let you know what to expect. You will be wearing Depends. It's been 3 weeks now. I'm in men's Depends. I don't like it. You feel less than. You feel, for me, it's kind of shameful. You feel like a baby. But I'm just being honest with my feelings. But I still call on the name of Jesus. But I can tell you, it is getting a little better as we go. And they say it can take 3 months to a year before you regain your full continence, your full control of your bladder. They recommend doing Kegel exercises, maybe a couple times a day, doing 10 exercises each. Well, sometimes I get told that I'm an overachiever, but I need that. And what the Kegels are for is to build up your pelvic floor muscles to help control your continence, your urination. Because when they remove the prostate in the prostate surgery, they take away one of your valves that control urination. So at the bottom of your bladder is one valve, one sphincter, and just at your pelvic floor there's another valve or sphincter. Because the prostate is encapsulated around the first valve, when they take the prostate out, that valve is removed. You don't have it. So where you were relying on 2 valves to help control urination, now your body has to get adjusted to using just 1 valve. And it's something your body has to learn. You have to train it again. So it's a process. But I'm gonna make it through this. I stay encouraged. I get down sometimes. I have some accidents that I'm, it's a little embarrassing, but I pick myself up and keep going. And I just want to encourage somebody. I'm gonna stop this video here because I don't want to get too deep into this and not know that it's helping somebody. So what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is, if you want to learn more and get some more information, I can go into some details about things. Just leave some comments on what you would like to know more about, or what you would like me to go into more detail about, so I know what to talk about. I'm going to ask that you, and this is not for selfish gain or selfish reason, but I'm going to ask that you hit the like button on this as when I put it on my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button so that you know that more videos are out there. But most importantly, share it as the videos come, because I need this. It has to help somebody that I'm going through this. It has to help somebody to understand the path forward. It has to help somebody to understand that they too can overcome. I'm not out of it yet. I still got a long ways to go, but I'm encouraged. My naturopathic doctor had me take a series of blood work about 2 weeks ago, and my PSA number came back undetectable. What that means is the cancer is not there anymore, but we got to keep having those tests just to validate. The oncologist, once they removed all the cells and everything in the surgery and they did their examination, he said, yes, we got all the cancer. It was encapsulated. It didn't spread to the lymph nodes or any other part of your body. The blood test confirmed that. And then next week or 2 weeks from now, I have to have another blood test with my oncologist, just to, and urologist, just to make sure. So just stay encouraged. I don't know if this is helping somebody. I hope it's helping somebody. I'm gonna put some links in the comment section to show, information about the prostate, information about prostate cancer. I'm gonna put a link to Dr. Price, my naturopathic doctor. If you know anybody that's dealing with any type of cancer or any type of medical condition, please, I beseech you, I beg you, get in touch with her. She will be able to help you to get your body right and to overcome. One of the things that she did was, she told me when we first started, okay, if you're gonna have a surgery, we're gonna get your body in a place where it can be able to withstand the surgery and you can recover faster. If you want to hear more about that, let me know in the comment section so that I can go into that, because that's a video in itself to talk about the details of how I prepared for the surgery, how I was able to recover from the anesthesia quickly, how I was able to manage the scars and the things that happen as a result of the surgery. It's a whole lot I can talk about. But again, I don't want to go too much further without knowing that somebody's out there listening and it's worth it to even do these videos. So all I can say to you right now is God bless everybody that's been praying for me. I thank you immensely, those that sent flowers and fruit and cards, and that those that called me, those that encouraged me, those that haven't said a word to me but have been praying for me. God bless you. I thank you. I don't know how anybody can go through any serious medical condition without people in their corner. I feel bad for those people that don't have a spouse or a loved one that can help them through the process. Make sure you treat people right, because in your time of need, you want people to show up for you. Don't do it out of selfish gain, but just do it because it's the right thing to do, because you can't go through something like this alone. You have to have a team of people behind you supporting you. So I'll end it right here. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this, put in the comments what kind of things you would like more details about, and I will do more videos on those particular things. Remember, it may be uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Please get your annual checkups, your annual physicals, your annual blood work, because it could be the thing that saves your life. If your body doesn't feel right to you, get in there and see the doctor. Go, please get checked, because I want you to live. I want you to be here. I want you to be able to tell your story. So God bless. I'm going to end it right here, and we'll see if there'll be more videos later, depending on the reaction. Take care. Bye.